So we're consuming 28, so 25% of 28 would be more than 7. That's totally not true. 25% of 20 would be 5. So it probably is about 7. We would roughly break neutral, maybe. We do have 200 in the bank. We probably could do that and then get another farm going, maybe. Economic policy, we have a civilian economy, which is more consumer goods increased, but less alloys. We can have a mixed economy, which is no bonuses or penalties, or we can have a militarized economy. This is what you were talking about, S Black One, earlier. It's exactly 7, okay. Monthly consumer goods, minus 25%, monthly alloys, plus 15%, so you could do that. Trade policy, wealth creation, every collected trade value earns us 1 credit. Every collected trade value earns us half a credit and also 0.25 consumer good, which means that you would need to have less people producing consumer goods. So you can actually choose what your money, or what your trade value is turned into, or a marketplace of ideas, where you get money and also unity. Interesting. So that would allow you to go through the traditions faster. I think for the moment I'm going to stay with the money. You're allowed to have robotic workers. We're not got any population controls. We're not allowing slavery. And we're not allowing purging. There's less here about the strata than I thought there would be. I wonder if that comes later. Edicts. We can currently map the stars, which will increase the survey speed and also the discovery chance. It's going to cost me 100 influence to do. I'm actually going to go ahead and unlock that. That is a great one to have early on. Research grants would cost 200 and increase research speed by 10%. Yikes. That's quite a lot. And then also blocker reduction. Hold on. These are strategic goods, and there are different numbers of strategic goods, which would suggest that they're consumables. They are. Now that changes how the strategic game works. So they're things that you'll be constantly using as the game goes on, which means actually controlling more than one source of a strategic good is going to be very useful. Finally, a reason to fight for space. This is actually a really big deal. I'm not making enough. This is a very, very big deal. Because that means there's going to be a reason to backstab people now. Which previously there basically wasn't. Interesting. Interesting. Right, I think that now, after a mere hour and a half, I can finally unpause the game. I've kind of explored all the new stuff. Oh, we can stop now. Population strata and species. Species. Oh, of course they are. Yes, the rights. So citizenship is full citizenship. Residence would reduce happiness, decrease amenity use, and also decrease political power. So the political power is the impact that those populations have on the factions. And this is actually quite a big difference as well. So if you have a species which has residency, for example, then their population will matter half as much as your regular full citizenship on which factions rise and fall and how powerful those factions actually get. So if you have them as slaves, then they have no impact on population power, and then undesirables, I think, yeah, they'll get purged. Living standards. This is still based on a species level rather than a strata level. Oh no, stratas are built into this. Okay, so living standards is the important one. We are currently on decent conditions, which means that rulers have 1 full upkeep. So they're on full upkeep, and they produce their 10% happier. Specialists have half upkeep and are 5% happier. Workers are on 0.25% upkeep. No difference, and slaves are on 0.05% upkeep. So slaves are really cheap and can build you a lot of stuff. So slaves actually is a viable choice now. I had to be very careful how I said that. Social welfare. So if we went on to social welfare, then the workers would require more upkeep. Specialists and rulers unchanged. Slaves also require more upkeep. And everyone is happier. Oh, and there's unemployed populations have reduced happiness. Pop effects. Rulers' political power plus 700%. So under the decent conditions, the rulers are hugely important. The specialists are quite important. The workers and slaves, no votes. None. Social welfare means that the workers now have a 50% vote. Specialists are 100%, so it's 1 for 1. And then for every ruler basically has 4 votes in the factions. Under decent conditions, every ruler has 7 votes, while every specialist has 1. So this definitely reduces the power of the rulers and increases the workers. Stratified economy. Slaves have no upkeep. Workers are 0.1, so their upkeep is increased slightly. Specialists and rulers are unchanged. Rulers really like life under this because every ruler has 9 votes, every specialist 1, and workers actually have a reduced impact. Workers and slaves are also far less happy, although that seems to be applying that pop effect twice. I don't know if that's actually applying twice or if that's just a tooltip issue. Again, pre-release. This is like 6 days a week before the game is actually released, so there will probably be a couple of niggling issues which will appear, like that one. Then under the Utopian Abundance, everyone is 20% happier. Everyone has 1 full upkeep of consumer goods, so you're going to need to have a really good civilian industry for this. And everyone has the same level of voting as well, except for slaves. And then academic privilege means that specialists are treated the same way as rulers in terms of upkeep. Both of them are very happy, but the specialists also have more political power. But the rulers are effectively unaffected. Basic subsistence. Rulers are down. Everyone is less happy. Specialists have less upkeep. Workers have less upkeep. Slaves have no upkeep. Everyone's happiness is decreased. Rulers' political power is decreased. Specialists and workers' political power extremely decreased. And they're non-existent. They have no standards whatsoever. Military service can have armies, generals, and thingies. Species can choose armies and that type of thing. You can use colonization with those. No pop growth things. Migration controls, no migration. So we could stop... Oh, between our worlds. So migration's between worlds. And then slavery type and purge types are unselectable because those are not relevant. Social welfare also gives you an unlimited job for unemployed. Okay, cool. There are also coal liquefaction like text to turn normal resources into volatile nodes, but it's expensive. Liquid coal look as oil. As a criminal syndicate, slaves might be valuable. True, but we're a criminal syndicate. We don't necessarily deal in people's lives. We're not people traffickers. We just have legitimate business opportunities, and should those opportunities make themselves available, then you never know. We just haven't done it yet. Slaving ability now depends on civics. Cool. Right, let's unpause and go up to fast speed. 1 hour, 38 minutes. That's got to be the longest introduction I've ever done. I'm sorry about that. But there was a lot of stuff to cover, and I had to relearn a lot of the stuff going on here. Why does the galaxy have an east? Why doesn't yours? Ah, answer that. Ooh, bloody hell, that's a lot of planets. Tropical, savanna, and ocean. They're all terrible for me. Except maybe the ocean. I'm trying to think how many steps away an ocean world is from us. Not sure. Let's go back to East London. I would very much like for East London to build me another science ship. I want to see what's out there. Oh, that's another point. I should probably see what the costs are. Here we go. So the ships all cost alloys. The colony shop does indeed cost 200 food, 200 alloys, and 200 consumer goods. So the fact that we have a surplus in all of those is going to be very, very important for that. We can now store up to 10,000 food, so that's not an issue. Corvettes cost 98 alloys, not minerals. You now need the actual resources to build this stuff. So, again, S. Blackburn, to answer your other question, yes, you will need to reshift your economy to producing alloys rather than consumer goods when you're at war. Everything outside your climate is the same habitability. Is that always? That's always been that way. It used to be scaling, didn't it? Actually, one other thing I want to double check, and I totally forgot to do, is are you guys actually the most suited to this job? Leader experience gain, research for propulsion, research for particles, and you are survey speed. So, yes. Are there any leaders I would prefer to employ? It's going to take me a while to learn where exactly these keys are. So, scientists, there is a leader lifespan, which actually be good for a scientist. Because remember, we're fleeting, we have minus 10 life. So no, I don't think there are any of those that we're going to want to recruit. We are going to want an admiral at some point. And then also our leader. Einherjar Mordred. Building cost down, district cost down, planet build speed up. And then monthly minerals also up. Actually, we will want our constructor to start harvesting some of the juicy resources which are available here. So apparently we've built a mining station on everything except for the science. And this still costs just straight up minerals. I think that's fine. I want to focus... Oh no, there's an energy one there which we don't have yet. I'm going to go for the energy station and then probably the engineering. Oh no, there's the minerals there. Hold on. Let's build that first. London Starbase has finished the construction sphere queue thing. Alright, so that means that we have a second science ship. We're going to need to add a leader to this, and I think I might recruit this dude when I can afford him next month. Put you on that ship. And I'm just going to have you pinging around, just explore this stuff. Don't scan it, just explore it. I want to see what's out there. Then this dude can be telling me what's actually important to develop. Also, leader cap is gone, but leaders cost... Wait, what? Oh, they do! Oh, I like that change. Except there's a bunch of traits which still give upkeep. Sorry, still give cap. Thankfully, I didn't choose one of them. A lot of the level caps also came with leader number caps. So that's another issue that they need to fix before release. So I'm glad that I didn't go with my usual thought processes.
Anomaly detected.
The MTS Malpar has made a startling find on Grecki 3A. The moon is teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we have encountered life forms that do not originate in East London. Wow. South Londoners. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believe that we're alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures found on Grecki 3A are sapient, it's likely that only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. We may not be alone out here. Impressive structures litter a small area on the surface of Grecki 3A, practically begging for some archaeological work. That is a fairly expensive one, so we're going to leave it be for now.
Boom. We built something.
Boom! We built something. I like this guy already. The Viking Holdings Inc. is abuzz with the news of alien life found by the MCS Malpar. While hardly intelligent by Mord Capone standards, these fascinating beings defy easy classification and hint at the immense complexities and possibilities of the universe. Speaking of which, I need to rename these geezers. Although this dude's already called Vicar, which is very, very close to Viking. Alright, so I'm going to start with the patrons. Because these guys pay me a lot. So this is VHI. This is going to be Charles. In fact, I should really call the governor Charles. Yeah, it's fine. You can be Charles. You can be Steckel. And if you yourself would like to see your name appearing in one of these lists, the easiest way to do that is to become a subscriber here on the channel, or to hit up my Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/MordredViking. Oh, I've been ticking off the wrong people. How did I do that? Oh well, Steckel, you kind of jumped the queue. That's fine. You. And then Charles. And then this is going to be Hungry Gamer. Should go a bit quicker from here. And then this is going to be Elson. And we have another one. Nope. This is going to be Requiem. And then the Governator. Who is... Oh, these are replacing. Right, that wasn't actually the whole leader list. Here he is. The Governator himself is going to be Posnick. I could spell his name right. And I'm also going to name the science ships, because those names come up quite frequently. And also the fleet. So this is going to be Science Ship Kage. This is going to be confusing. And Science Ship Carl. No, I think I'm going to call you something else. It's a little bit too close. Vasco. The Science Ship Vasco. Construction ship I don't really care about. And then also the fleet is going to be the first Malgin. And I could also rename the stations. Nah, not going to bother with that. I'm not going to bother with construction ship either. Okay, so that's a good start. How big are those planets up there? They are 15, 12, 11. They're not huge. How big's ours? $28. We're like double the size of any of those. Alright, so the construction ship has done its job. There is some excess minerals that we can use. And I would like to go and grab that energy. And then the engineering. Affirmative. Name the stations after tube stops. So what's the main stop for London? East London. No, I'm not going to do that. That's going to be far too confusing. I'm going to have to show up my knowledge, my terrible knowledge of the London Tube network. We have rediscovered artifacts from an ancient civilization on Greca 2A. If what we've learned from these artifacts is correct, this civilization was some kind of confederation that consisted of many different alien races. They called themselves the First League, and appear to have coexisted in relative peace some 2 million years ago. Though the Grekial system lies in the region of space that seems to have made up the core of their territory, a partial map found amongst the artifacts indicates that this First League may have covered a significant portion of our galaxy before its eventual collapse.
Log updated.
Log is being updated. Here's your cut, boss. Thanks, Sparrowhawk. You did good. You did very good. Hello, Effa. How are you doing this evening? Or well, I hope. What's the purple stuff on top? This one? That's influence. Oh, this one? That's alloys. So the two new resources is consumer goods and alloys. Consumer goods are created by artisans out of minerals and basically is the general upkeep for your population as well as food. And then alloys is your production good, your advanced production good for ships and stuff. And we have not found much interesting yet. Contact report. Remnants. Weeks after the MCS Kaje's latest fruitful expeditionary survey, Mord Capone's enologists are practically falling over themselves to publish their takes on the findings of Greca 2A. This fevered storm in the scientific community has had some negative, yet temporary, impact on the pursuits in other fields. Since we're criminals, are our science ships just contraband runners? Yeah, pretty much. Probably. You guys are all working. This is good. A little bit disappointed by how much you're actually uncovering in these. Like, you would expect them to at least just show...
Prospect analyze.
This guy is far too happy. Why is he my advisor? Alright, Grekel's been completely done, so you're going to head off to that one. One of the regular corporate buildings you can have is a video game company. Yes, I'd seen that.
Raiding party!
And I keep on doing the habitable world. No, I keep doing these. And okay, hey, OMFG Blondie, how are you doing this evening? I suspect you've been playing Stellaris. And welcome to all of Blondie's viewers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We now have, without a doubt, that thriving biosphere is not something completely unique to East London. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalogue the life forms we have encountered are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. Hey, commendable initiative. Continue.
Log updated.
I'm not sure I'd call East London a thriving biosphere. No comment. I couldn't possibly say. I think I'll mod MegaCorps from Shadowrun. Lofa will be a real threat. I haven't actually played Shadowrun. First contact with this new species. Instantly tries to sell him a TV that fell off the back of the truck. For you, £10. £10. Alright, you're driving a hard bargain. £5 for this lovely, lovely TV. That's got a bit of a shattered screen. Doesn't matter so much. Just gives you a bit more of a fragmented view on the world. And you know, you've got to get a multi-dimensional view of the world. I mean, we are, after all, in a multi-dimensional universe. Probably. Quid, pound.
Evading hostiles.
Whoa, we're under attack. Hostile hijacked fleet in London. It's the South London crew, isn't it? God. Centuries ago, a group of radical priests and their devoted followers on East London broke away from the established religions to form their own church. These extremists called themselves the Pentient Ones, and they've been responsible for many atrocities and acts of terror over the years. Although they've kept a low profile in modern times, we recently learned that many of their agents have infiltrated our military. These renegades have secretly been diverting resources to the construction of a small fleet of starships at a hidden facility in East London. When their treachery was revealed, the cultists blasted into orbit on their ships and fled to Nathkar.
Log updated.
And I'm going to stop doing this voice because it's taking me forever to read all of this stuff. So only like the really important ones I'll do in the awesome voice. During a survey at the Zolbak Moor, the Kaje discovered a previously unknown strategic resource called dark matter. This exotic substance has many properties that seemingly defy several natural laws, could potentially revolutionize the scientists. We do not yet possess the means to extract this resource. We should seriously consider establishing control of the system for future exploitation. Alright, so Zulbak's Maw produces at least one dark matter. Interesting. And that is one of the aforementioned special resources. Also, 108 combat power versus my 125. I'm going to chase you down. Because I'm hoping that I can drag you into range of the starbase, which will mean that we hit you much more better. Also, it is time for us to recruit an admiral. Weapon range, fire rate and sublight speed, or upkeep. I'm going to go with the weapons range. Because this means we'll be shooting them from further back, although he's old. No, we're going to go with the young admiral, because otherwise he won't actually be around long enough to do anything worthwhile. Okay, who's this? This is going to be Cole. Cole Duff. Duff Man. You give me 4 bob for the TV? Done. Excellent deal as well. You know a good opportunity when an opportunity arises. And you should always be sure to take those opportunities when they do in fact rise. Whoops, didn't assign you. To battle! Whoa, I wanted decrease, not increase. Pew 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 pew! And yes, Starbase is indeed in range. These guys are going to get destroyed! Though we're actually taking a fair amount of... Oh no, that's just shield damage. No, we're good. Oh, no, now we're taking some hull damage. Cultist ship disabled. Our valiant space forces have skillfully disabled a ship in the cultist Armada. It's mostly intact and we are picking up a faint life sign from inside its hull. Once we've eliminated all threats in the immediate vicinity, we should conduct a boarding operation to secure any survivors. They may be able to tell us more about the ultimate motives of the Pentient ones.
Log updated.
Well, okay then. And we'll need to do a few repairs after this. Alright, victory was ours. I believe that you can research the project because you are a space fleet. Combiner, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I think you should check the Corvette layout. Arumba started off with flak on it. I did hear a lot of bang, 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 so I wouldn't be surprised if we do. Okay. Fleet manager. Corvette. Retro. Whoops, that's not what I meant. Ah, cancel. That's the button I meant to press. Mass drivers and flak battery. You are not wrong. Can I cancel this? Because I'm not actually trying to retrofit you. What I wanted to do was the ship designer. Corvette. Let's not auto-best this. We also need to come up with names. Well... What? Oh! I'm just going to call these the same that I usually call the ships, just so I know what the hell the ships are. So the mini-Mord is going to have guns. It's going to have 2 mass drivers and 1 red laser. Everything else is going to be the same. We still have a little bit of power. So we're going to do that. And I don't think I'm going to bother with the reactor booster, because we don't need it. It would technically allow us to have another shield, but I'm okay having a bit of armor. Because armor nowadays just adds armor hit points. Yeah, that's right. This should be quite a lot better. Oh, dear.